If you want to be happy and successful in life, just follow your dream and your passion and everything will be fine. This is bullshit, everybody. This is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. And so there's been quite some times that I wanted to make this video. I just needed to find the right moment, the right time to do it. And overall, I also want to make sure that this doesn't bring any negative connotation to this industry or anything, but just want to raise awareness a little bit on something that I think could be a problem, and actually it is already a problem among people who wanna become aspiring animator, 3D artist, or stuff like that. Okay, so how many times, guys, you've been following this narrative of, you know, you should follow your dream, follow your passion, and everything will be nice and beautiful, you'll be successful, or you're gonna achieve your goal if just you follow your heart and just follow it, right? You make sure you put the hard work and everything, and eventually you're gonna get there and nobody will stop you, right? So yes, this is, first of all, this is true. Okay, if you talk to all the people who've been somehow high achiever in their own field, that could be anything, right? Not just animation, could be like the famous one, like soccer player, rock star, actor, even other field that might be less famous somehow, right? I'm pretty sure, you know, those are all people who get there because they follow their passion, they follow their dreams, right? Especially even for us in our field, right? I don't think you can be a very good animator or visual effects artist or 3D artist or whatever if you don't have that drive, that passion inside of you that drive you into this career, right? It's not something you'll go because your parents recommend you, like a doctor or lawyer or whatever, right? So stating from the beginning, yes, you need to follow the passion to be a very, very good animator, right? However, this is not nearly enough. If you think that you can just follow your passion, your dream, and put hard work, this is enough to get you a job, the job of your dream, it's wrong, first of all, and completely delusional, and is making a lot of damage to people that don't see the reality of things hard, and they're spending a lot of their personal time, years, 3, 4 to 5 years, and a lot of money to follow a dream that sadly is not suited for them, right, guys? Because we need to be realistic. This is an art field. It's not something that can be achieved by everyone. Okay, you take 1,000 people, okay, you take Glenn Key, one of the best animators in the world, as a teacher, and have him teaching every day those 1,000 people. Well, not everybody will become a good animator good enough to make a career. That's not how it is. Even if they are all dreaming about being an animator, they all put the same effort, right? It's just not like this because it's an artistic field and you need to have some form of artistic inclination if you want to succeed in life. And then I think like this is not brought strong enough, okay? And especially even from school, sometimes when they take, you know, students to their school, there is no selection over there. They will take anybody as long as they pay. And I understand this is part of the business. Me, for example, with my private students, I told them very clearly, says, hey, I'm very confident how good I am in teaching because my student, they reach more or less the same quality if you follow my LinkedIn account. But I told them very clearly, hey, don't get mad if you don't succeed because this industry is not for everybody. And that's what fell apart, this narrative of, oh, just if you want to be successful, if you never want to really work a day in your life, follow your dream and stuff like that, because it makes people completely delusional. This narrative of just, you know, in life you're special, you can achieve whatever you want. That's insane. That's insane, guys. Like I can guarantee you, when I was going to high school, for example, let's go back 20 years ago, me and my other peers, everybody wanted to be a freaking rock star because guess what? It was very popular at that time. All this punk rock band from the US like Green Day, Blink-182 and all the other one was extremely popular between us. I can guarantee you every kid of my age dreamed to be a freaking rock star, okay? And so imagine, you know, everybody would have, you know, take the things of just follow your dream, follow your passion, and having all those people, rather than kids study for school or learning a skill or studying university for a proper job, well, imagine you have let's make an example. 10,000 kids who just want to focus on studying music because they wanted to be a freaking rock star, right? And okay, maybe they have the best teacher in the world, hypothetically, no matter what. But guess what? Realistically, guys, of those 10,000, maybe only one would became a successful rock star. And actually, one in 10,000, it's even very optimistic. We know that it's a lot less than that. Okay, but let's be optimistic. One in every 10,000. Okay. What about the other 9,999 kids who didn't make it? Now you have those kids who basically they followed their dream because that's what they were taught about it, and they've been studying music for 4 years. They maybe spend money to study with someone. They didn't learn another skill that is very useful to today's market. They didn't study anything, and now what? They're maybe 26, 27, where they realize that they, I'm not gonna be a rock star. What I'm gonna do now? And that's a huge problem. And for all of you who are saying, but Alessandro, come on, animation is not like being an actor or being a rock star. That's a very niche thing that only 0.1001% of population achieve. It's a more common job. Yes, on one side it's true, but still is a job that requires a very artistic inclination. And again, not everybody has that. Yes, you still can succeed. You can still be the best animator, right? Whatever, but again, it's not something for the mass, I would say, especially if you want to achieve a certain level. Of course, if you want to have very, an animator who's working in a very cheap company, doesn't care about the quality of the animation, sure, you might still find a job, but I can guarantee you that I told you many times, guys, those kind of people will be very replaceable very, very soon, okay? And you don't want to be in that in that field, okay? You want to be among the good one, and you need to have a very, very strong skill. And I see this one even with some of my students, all right, that even before joining me, they've been studying animation for 3-4 years. Maybe they already went a couple of school, and they're spending a lot of money, and then they want to study with me. I told them, like, hey, if after you've been studying 3-4 years, that's the result on your current demo reel, there might be an indication where you might not suitable for this job. Of course, I don't want to tell them very straight you should give up being an animator, because you never know. I first want them to give in a try with me, but realistically, I can see people, I ask them, hey, if you've been studying animation for years and you're still very far away, why you want to continue? The answer is always the same, because it's my dream, it's my passion, I only see having this job. And again, sure, it's fantastic to have that drive, that passion, and I want to repeat myself, that's the only thing will make you succeed. But at some point, you need to be very realistic of your own skill. I want to tell you something, guys. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a mangaka, a comic book artist from Japan, like the one in Japan, right? Because I love reading and drawing comics, right? I was doing it in my free time. At some point, I started to watch more anime and animation, and I realized I wanted to be a 2D animator, but still in around that craft, you know what I mean? Sadly, I was terrible in drawings, in 2D drawings, even though I can guarantee you guys, I was drawing 5 hours every day rather than studying at high school and everything, right? But luckily for me, when I was 20 years old and I finished my 2D animation school, I realized, okay, I need to accept that this is not for me, right? And I realized fairly early, okay, and after a little bit of 1 year being a bit lost, I started to move to 3D animation and 3D in general, where I felt like, what, I might not be very good in drawings animation, but luckily with the 3D character animation, you can apply those principles even if you do not know how to do very good drawings, right? Because I think I understood the principle animation, else I wouldn't be here today. I understand the appeal and everything. Just what I tried to draw, my hands was not very good. It was okay-ish for an average guys, but not if you compare to proper animator. And so I had to swallow the bitter pill and say, you know what, I'm never gonna be a great 2D animator, and I moved to something else. I'm still in the animation field, likely. I managed to transfer all the hard work that I did, and that eventually pay off. But I had to give up on my dream. It was very sad, and sadly nobody told me that. And I knew if even someone told me that, probably I would have been like this, like very, very stubborn. Okay, I wouldn't not wanted to listen to anybody, and but But again, there was a point where, luckily for me, not late enough, where I realized, okay, this is not gonna work for me, all right? And again, people need to be more aware, because again, it's fantastic to have that passion, but it's very terrible to have that delusion where you don't see the reality where you are with your skill. And I always said, guys, if you are confused, you don't know, just don't be by yourself and wandering around like this, uploading your things on Facebook or social media, while you have completely random people telling you, oh, very beautiful, very good, when actually it's not the reality. It's not gonna help you. I told you many times, guys, you need, maybe wanna do a consulting with a proper professional that is not afraid to tell you that you are failing and you're not good to get there, right? I mean, that's what people need to hear. So again, it's very easy to hear successful people that tell you, hey, I was successful because I followed my dream, my passion, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's kind of obvious, lame. You know, it's important you understand that not everybody can get there, and don't believe these things. Oh, I'm special. Oh, I'm gonna get whatever I think I want in life just because I dream about it, just because it's my passion, and I put a bit of hard work. Yes, guys, that's the bare minimum. That's the entry level. Even to think about it, you wanna do this field. But I can guarantee you, guys, it's nearly not enough to achieve this one. Okay, guys. Again, I don't want to make it negative. I just want to raise awareness here, because it's fantastic industry, this one. I still love it beside everything that's happening, right? I still love my job. I don't think I could have ever done anything else, right? So I'm grateful. At the end, I managed to transfer my skill from 2D to 3D. But again, we need to accept the reality that this is not for everybody. And it saddens me when I see people keep trying for 3, 4 to 5 years, spending a lot of time, money, mostly time, because money you can make money at some point, but time you're never gonna get it back. And even me, if someone would have given me the proper advice, I would have saved so much time in getting where I am right now. Probably I will be 3 years in advance right now. And nobody did it because I didn't know where to ask. I think today there is so much opportunity for you to contact professional animators that can guide you a lot better. And definitely you should do this, right, guys? Because I don't want to see other people constantly be in this situation. Of course, it will always happen to some people, but I just wish it happened less and less, and people be given proper advice on what to do or what to do. All right? Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Ciao.